Hi there, thank you for joining me and thank you for catching up on replay. I'm coming on to make you a little bird box with one of our new stamp sets called Free as a Bird, and I'm using some dies as well. So if you're popping on, do say hello. You might not know who I am. My name's Esther from Stampin Star Creations. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Sorry, I'm holding the phone at the moment because I'm going to turn it round and show you guys what I'm doing. Welcome, Bev. Great to see you. So if I turn you around, it'll be easier rather than me trying to hold onto my phone. So just bear with me while I clamp you onto my stand. Hello, Joanne from Canada. A warm welcome, or muggy welcome from Rotate Device. Device is rotated. Right. So I saw this really cool idea on YouTube of this cute birdhouse design, and I'll give credit where credit's due. And it was a lady called Maria Russell Designs, and she made a very cute little birdhouse, which we're going to recreate tonight, but I'm going to do it in a different colourway. So I did this recently in my class, and I'm hoping I'm going to understand my instructions that I've written out to recreate something very similar to this very cute little birdhouse, and with the added bonus of putting in a little battery operated tea light as well. It is very cute. So it measures, let's have a, while we just wait for, hi there Katie, great to see you. The bottom is like 2 inches by 2 inches, and the height is about 3¼ inches. So it's very dinky, very cute. And I thought you could even maybe punch a hole in the top and actually have them hanging off a branch or something, or just, you know, put them on your mantelpiece or something like that. So I don't know if it's possible to share out this broadcast. Oh, I can share. Oh, brilliant. That's amazing. It worked. So I can, I could put it on Facebook. Let me see if, oh, I hope I haven't lost you. Oh, I'm really sorry. I was trying to share it myself and it doesn't work. I just end up losing everybody. Are you still there? Okay. So if you want these instructions, what I think would be great is if I actually maybe got it on my blog so that it's available for you to also have. But this is, if you're wondering how I know all the measurements and everything, I've written up my own instructions based on Maria's design. So it is a mini milk carton, but it's turned into a birdhouse. Okay. And I think with hers, I'm trying to think what she used. I think she might have used the Petal Palette stamp set. And in fact, I'm not actually using this stamp set today. I'm going to be using some dies from the Well Said die. Hi there, Darlene, welcome. Okay, let's get started and I can explain as I go along. So I'm starting with a piece of Pool Party because I thought it'd be really fun to have a piece of light blue, like a little blue birdhouse. Bev says, fill it with chocolate eggs. What a good idea. I love that idea. More than a candle. Okay, so this piece of paper here measures 8¼ by 5½. Again, please don't worry about measurements. I have got the instructions so I can maybe zap it over to you in a message or email it or somehow connect with you. Okay, so 8¼ by 5½. We're starting with the long side first. Yep, you can match the birds. You can add the birds on it. You could use the stamp set if you wanted. And then we're going to start scoring. So we're scoring at this long side at 1 7/8. So I've already marked up my scoreboard. So it will help me to know where to actually lay down my score lines. Welcome, Laurie. Thank you for joining. So 1 7/8, 3 3/4, 5 5/8, and 7½. Okay, so I'll just run that through in case somebody wants to quickly jot it down, but like I said, you don't need to worry about that. 1 7/8, 3 3/4, 5 5/8, and 7½. And then you turn this around. It doesn't matter which way you turn your paper because it's going to be equal measurements. So you can turn it this way or the other way, it won't matter. So don't panic. So because we're scoring again at 1 7/8, again at 3 3/4, And then our extra score is going to be at 5 inches. Okay, so hopefully you can see those score lines on my screen. Just open up my paper so I know what to do next. Fold the flap and put, right, let's move this scoreboard out of the way. So after you've done that, you want to burnish and fold your lines. Just grab my bone folder. So burnish and fold means obviously folding over and then using a bone folder or a ruler or something flat that you can use to just flatten out those creases. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, gracious me. I think it's because, I don't know if it's my windows open, but something's tickling my nose. So do excuse me if I suddenly sneeze. Great to have live viewers. Do say hello, especially if you're new to my channel. Or even if you're not new, I'd love to know where you're coming in from tonight watching me. So I'm in the UK, it is 9:15 now. I do a Facebook Live on a Tuesday at 8:30. And then I thought I'd actually hop over onto YouTube to do you a video for YouTube Live peoples. Welcome, Cassie, good to see you again. Okay, so that is kind of what you're getting, like a bit of a rough box shape. How are you? Oh, that's interesting. Do you do crafting, Katie? Okay, so now is the bit where we do some snipping. So you want your card so that the thicker, you can see this thicker score line there is to the left because it'll be easier for me to explain it to you. Hi Janice, I saw you watching my sister the other day. So for those of you who watch Artful Stampin, she is my sister and she also has a YouTube channel. Have I done this? I've done this. Okay, ignore what I said. We want this narrow strip to be at the top. It's because I'm talking. That's my excuse. So you just want to cut out this bit here. I love craft filling and I love hobby craft, but don't do much craft. Katie, we're going to have to sort that out. It's so good of you to come and watch. You love crafting and you love... Have you tried stamping before, Katie? Have you heard of Stampin' Up before? So I'm going to cut out this notch because we don't need this. And then a trick that I learned from my sister Ruth is to cut out some angles out and notches out of the corners of the, to create those little V shapes, as if you actually just fold the card in half like this and cut straight up and cut away those notches. Oh, you've used stamps, fantastic. Have you got any Stampin' Up stamps? Have you heard of Stampin' Up before? Okay, so you're just creating some notches in the base of your card. Now, I'm using our 1-inch circle punch. If you've got a die, you can use a circle die. So with the Stampin' Up punch, I use the bottom of the patent line, it might be a little bit tricky to see, to match up with my line on my card. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. So we want to count 3 squares across, 1, 2, 3 to the right. Okay, and in order to be able to reach that space in there, you need to fold this flap down. Okay, so it will get a circle punched in it, but don't worry about that. And polystyrene eggs and bunnies to colour. Ah, fantastic. So like I said, I'm using the bottom of the that patent number line to find roughly the centre. Okay, so your score lines are on either side, and that's where I am, roughly in the middle. Okay, give it a good press, and that will cut out your 2 circles, the one from your flap and then the one from the middle. So I'm going to turn my instructions over, see where I'm at. So we're going to glue together to create the box. So if I remember what I'm doing. So we're going to glue the flaps down the side. And when you're doing boxes and things, if you keep things flat and bring the card to each other, it's much easier than trying to hold on to stuff and do it like this. So just keep your work flat, and then it's easier to glue this together. So I'm using Tombow glue, which is a multi-liquid glue, which is like a silicone-based glue. It looks like PVA, but it acts slightly different. You've got about 10 seconds to move it about like you would with, say, Pritt Stick, but then it will hold fast after about 10 seconds. Right, glue the flaps, pinch top together with the holes. Right, okay, so I'm going to leave the bottom at the moment. I'm just going to fold that in out the way. Now this is the important bit, because when I first did my prototype, I folded it the wrong way. So with the hole to the right hand side, and we're going to pinch the top up here together, okay? Used to love making cards with holes and hanging things inside. Ah, that sounds fun. So we're going to pinch this top half here. Now you might find that your box collapses. Don't worry about that. Just pop your finger back in and you can just easily reshape it back into shape. But that's, look, as you can see, that's coming together now. Okay, and if you need to, just pinch your creases to make sure you've got some nice creases going on. But then you just want to pop it out so that your house doesn't collapse. We don't want a collapsed bird's house. That'd be absolutely no good. Okay, so it's starting to take shape already. So we're going to jump to the roof at this point. If I can find my piece of paper. Okay, so I'm using a piece of early espresso, which is this dark brown colour. I'm just checking if this is the right measurement. So I want 1 7/8 by 5 inches. Exactly, yeah, it's a mini milk carton. So it's like that. We're using that shape to base it on, turn it into a little birdhouse. Now I've forgotten to glue these bits together, which I'll do now. So I'm just going to pop some glue inside. You don't need a lot of glue with this glue either. That's the other great thing. I'm just going to hold those together, pinch them together. And when I did my class, we discovered that actually little pegs like this, or big pegs, will come in handy. We're just holding that together while it dries. So to create that lovely wood texture on the roof, I ran this through a machine and an embossing folder. Linda says, now I see how it's made. It's good for birds working on. Exactly. Although I ended up not using the birds in the stamp set. Although we could maybe try that. I don't know if they'd be too big or not. What do you reckon? Do you want to use the bird from do some stamping? I'll let you see what you want to do. So I've actually creased this in half, so at 2.5, in order to make it easier to fold. The lady that did it originally just folded it on there, but I found actually by creasing it helped. Now you can scallop edge your ends just to make it look more like a roof. I've actually got a retired punch that I've still got that I'm going to use to create a scallop edge. So if you don't have this punch, you might have a similar die that might be able to do the same trick. I'm just pushing it in, turning my punch over so I can see where it's actually punching out. And then that creates that edged look. And the same again with this other one here. Okay. And hopefully this should have dried enough for me now to attach to the roof. So we're going to put some glue all over both sides. And then with the middle bit on top, then we're just going to pinch that on and hold that down. It's just using your imagination. So I'm going to add my pegs back on for a minute. Right, do we want to use the bird stamp or should we use these little cutouts here? What do we think? So these little cutouts here are from this die set here called Well Written, and we've got a sentiment stamp sets to match this as well. So I've printed out this just to show me what the dies look like inside this set. So I've gone ahead and cut out the leaf design, the little bird, the heart and the flowers as well. So you could use that, or you can use a stamp set and do some stamping and adding detail that way. So I'm going to add a little heart to the top of my house because I think it is rather cute. So you might have noticed I haven't glued down the bottom yet, and that's obviously for a reason, because we've got more to go on there. Try and lift up this tiny weeny heart. Pop it on there. Okay, I think for the sake of the project and because of the time, I'm just going to use what I've got to hand. And I've already cut out, here's that little swirly pattern. And I'm just going to do tiny dabs of glue. Now when I did this for my class, I used some double-sided sticky paper before I ran it through my machine, and this just meant that the people in my class could just peel it and use it like a sticker, because it can be a bit fiddly if you're trying to dab glue on it. So I'm just going to place that across my birdhouse. I think I'm going to put it there. Oh, they're very cute, and the stamp set that goes with this is so useful. It's got so many great sentiments. So because I've done this for a class, this is pre-cut bits and bobs. So we'll figure out where the little bird goes as well. So thank you very much for joining me. Let me know where you're coming in from if you've just joined me. You might be wondering what on earth I'm up to. Maybe you're into crafting yourself. Maybe you've come to see what it's all about. Like I said, if you are interested in buying any of these things, then I have an online shop, or if you'd like a catalogue, I can get one out to you. Thank you, Janice. So this project was originally from somebody called Maria Russell Designs on YouTube. I just changed it up a little bit to suit some of our existing products. So I'm going to sit the little birdie there, and then I'm going to add the flowers on top of the existing flowers. So if you want to catch more tutorials, you can subscribe to my channel. I get my stamps from Stampin' Up, so they are an American-based craft company. Let me just bring in my details there. They're an American-based craft company, but they don't just sell stamps, they sell lots of other things as well. Katie, if you want to get in touch, maybe either Facebook message me, or I don't know if you can get in touch through YouTube. I'll happily send you out a catalogue or have a chat to you. And my email address, I don't know if I can give that out online, but maybe find me on Messenger, or it's stampinstarcreations@gmail.com if you'd like to email me, and you can chat a bit more about crafty stuff and about Stampin' Up and who they are and what they do. So they're an amazing company. They coordinate all their things. Yes, I'll definitely get it. I reckon our charity should have a crafting session. Ah, fantastic. I'm not on your Facebook. So yeah, same name. I'm the same name everywhere. Stampin' Star Creations. You can contact me, as I said, via email or on YouTube or Facebook, whichever way. Just find me somehow. So we're nearing the end of our project. It's very cute. Let me just zoom out and you get an idea of the size. Oops, zoom. Whoa, got some funky zooming going on here. Now I'm gonna pull out the tab of the new candle. Hopefully it works. The switch is very stiff. Ouch. There we go. Oh, thank you, Janice. Oh, do we? Oh, that's interesting. That's always nice and trustworthy when you can find somebody who's a mutual friend. So on the bottom tabs, you want to fold in the circle so you can't see that bit. But in order to close the box and have access to it, I'm just going to fold this down, and I'm just going to put a there's Artful Stamping. Some of you might follow my sister Ruth at Artful Stampin. I'm just going to put a little glue dot on there, and that just right, okay, we've got a mutual friend on Periscope. My candle's gone. So the reason why I use a glue dot is so that you can reopen it and close it a bit. It will lose its stickiness over time as long as you don't keep doing it over and over again. So let me just re-stick that down, and then hopefully if I turn out these lights, if I can reach, you get a sense of, hopefully, look at that. Let's take these pegs off, we don't need the pegs on it. Isn't that sweet? Let's put it in the darkness and you can see it a bit better. There's our little safe candle box with a little glowing tea light inside. It's very cute, isn't it? I love it, and it's really simple to do, you know, a few bits of scoring, and you can decorate the outside however you like. Like I said, you could even incorporate the stamp set, which I thought I was going to use, but it didn't end up because I had it already as a kit, so I was just going to use the bits and pieces. But it makes a nice size using those particular dies. So I appreciate you sticking with me and watching me on my channel. Do subscribe to my channel for more videos, and to catch all the videos I've done. I've got a nice catalogue of videos, and they're all in playlists, so if you want to see a particular stamp set, then you can do that. Do comment below, let me know that you've watched, and hopefully I'll catch you again another time. I do release videos every Wednesday, so watch out Wednesday at 10 o'clock. I think I've got another card coming out using this stamp set. Yes, I am Stampin' Star Creations on Facebook. Yes, and on here, obviously on YouTube and Instagram, and stampinstarcreations.co.uk also would take you to my shop. So thank you so much once again, and I hope you have a really good day wherever you are. I hope you've enjoyed today's project, and hopefully I'll catch you again sometime. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care. I hope you have a really good night wherever you are. Katie, would love to hear from you, and looking forward to hearing from you soon. Okay, everybody, I won't turn around the camera again. I'm just going to sign out and leave you with my glowing light. Take care. Good night, everyone.